This is a sleeve. I'm working on a cuff right now. This part was worked with 4.5 millimeter hook. This part is worked with 3.75 millimeter hook. Also, I wanted to show some details on how to make a cuff and how to work in those stitches. Let's get a little bit closer here. And so as I get to the end of my row, I'm going to make a chain, which is in the instructions. Okay. This is just the end of the row, and now I'm gonna make a chain. Then I turn, and if you look vertically at your row, you will see the V's alongside the ribbing. We need to go only in the back loop of each stitch. This is our chain, so we're gonna go into this back loop, single crochet, back loop, single crochet, and we need to make sure we have 15 of this. So this is my third, fourth, see I'm going a back loop, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why am I counting? Oftentimes, even with my experience, I get the wrong number of stitches because I either go into the chain stitch after a turn, or I accidentally go into slip stitches that attach my ribbing to the main part of the sleeve. So I need to be careful, I need to be watching. So this is my 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Now this part is kind of tricky to understand. If you look at this, you can see a little hole here, and you may think, oh, I need to be going in there. But if you look closely, the previous row of the ribbing actually did start from this hole. This is why it's a little stretched, even though it looks pretty much level with the row that you came in. So we need to miss this hole, and we need to go into next one. Make sure the next 2 slip stitches that go into this stitch and this stitch, they do not use back loop only. So if I turn my stitches, and I know I need to go into next hole and next hole, 2 slip stitches. I turn right here and I see my V's. I need to go under both sides of the V. And here's my first slip stitch, and here's my second, the second hole, but I'm making sure I'm going under both sides of the V. Second slip stitch. Do you see how far it goes? It just brings us up a whole level up. Then we turn. I like to turn the way that my yarn is not in front. I like to turn my ribbing towards me like this. That way my yarn goes in the back. That's my personal preference. Whatever you do, however you turn it, just do it the same way every time, on every time that you turn or every row, and it will look nice and consistent. Now, the tricky part again. Look, I have to go back with the back loop only stitch for the single crochet all the way to the end of this cuff. But remember that I had 2 slip stitches here, and so I need to count them off. 1, this is the first, this is the second, 1, 2, and I only go into the third little stitch, and that's my first single crochet back loop only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the last stitch is right here, 15. I need to count, otherwise I'm gonna mess up, miss one, or not finish all the way. Bingo, we got 15. Now I make my chain, and I turn again, so that my yarn is in the back. That's how I do it. It's actually a proper way to do it, but do it the way you want and make it consistent, make it the same. Then I'm making sure I'm not going into my chain, and I go back again with single crochet, back loop only. That's how you do the ribbing. And for the first row of ribbing, the very first, after you're working on the chain, you're just doing a row of single crochets. After the first row of single crochets, you need to start doing these single crochets, back loop only. And that's what's gonna make it look this way. All right, let's look at this again. I'm getting to the base of the cuff again, and I have 15. Now, this is my stretched loop that I already used last time. So I'm gonna go slip stitch in next and slip stitch in next. Then I turn. Then I skip those two little ones, two little slip stitches, and I go into the first single crochet that I see. Whew. I think you guys are getting it and it's becoming more understandable. Please leave some comment. If you feel like you need more help with this, I can go slower, I can be more detailed, and I can help you to make sure you get the right results. Thank you for watching.